Hello and welcome back to my channel once again. I remain your online tutor, Mr. Eze. Today I want us to look at the concept of matrix. This is a singular word. Now, for matrix plural, you can have the plural form as matrices. Now, what then is a matrix? A matrix is nothing but a set of numbers arranged in rows and columns, and then they can easily form a rectangle. At the same time, they are covered in a bracket. Now we can have, for example, if we have, we can have a matrix as A, which can give us 2, 3, 4. You can have 5, you can have 1, you can have -2. This is a typical example of a matrix. Now, this is a matrix A. The numbers in these brackets, they are referred to as the elements of this matrix A. Now, the elements are these individual numbers. And of course, these numbers, they are arranged, like we said from the definition, they are arranged in rows and in columns. Now, we can have this as row. This is the row. This one also is the row. Now, we can have this as a column. We can have this as a column. We can have this as a column. Now, it can come in different forms. So, of course, this one is it has these rows and it has this column. Now, in terms of order, we can now talk of the order of matrix. Order of matrix. Now, the order of matrix, they can come in different order. For example, this one is when you talk of the order, you count the number of rows. For example, this is row 1. This one is row 2. Now, this one is column 1, column 2, column 3. Now, in other words, we can now have this as a 2 by 3 matrix. This is a 2 by 3 matrix, meaning that it has 2 rows and 3 columns. You can have 2 by 2. For example, if you have matrix B, which is equal to, we can have 0 here, 1, 2, and let's say 3 here. Now, the order of this matrix, this is a 2 by 2 matrix because the rows, this is the row 1, this one is the row 2. Now, here is the column 1, and here is the column 2. So, in other words, and then we as many as possible. So, this one now will now give you 2 by 2 matrix. What if we have a matrix like C equals, let's say 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 1. We can make it 1 here, -1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 here. If we talk of the order of this matrix, this one can give us, we have row 1, this one is the second row, this one is the third row. Now, in terms of column, we can have there as a column 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4. In other words, the order of this matrix is, of course, 1, 2, 3. This is a 3 by 4 matrix. You can also have a 4 by 4 matrix. For example, if I should extend this to, let's say, 3 minus 1 minus 2, and then we can have minus 4, as the case may be. Now, if you look at this now, count the number of rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, this one will give us a 4 by 4 matrix. Now, having defined matrix, given us the rows, we can comfortably add these matrices. For example, we can add A and B if they have the same number of rows and columns. We can also subtract them if they have the same number of rows and columns. So in other words, let us look at, assuming if you say A plus B. A plus B means that this and this. And of course, they will not go. Because if you look at the number of rows here, this one has 2 rows, 3 columns. This one has 2 rows and 2 columns. You cannot add them. So let us look at the matrices that we can add. Now, for example, if A is this and B is this, simplify A plus B. This is the first question. Now, the second question, we can always say B minus A. Now, let us see how we are going to solve this problem. Now, if you look at this, like we said, that for you to add or subtract a matrix, they must be of the same order. If you look at this now, they are of the same order. The order here is that this is a 2 by 3 matrix. This one is 2 by 3. 2 rows, row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2, column 3. The same thing is applicable to this one. Row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2, column 3. Now remember what we said, that for you to add them, they will have the same order, and the final answer will still give you the same 2 by 3. Now let us look at the solution. This is A, that is B. The first one says A plus B. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, 4. Plus, we'll have the 6, 0, 4, 2, 3, 1. Now, of course, it will give us, you can open a bigger bracket. So if you open a bigger bracket now, we have this, the first one, this plus this. You come to here, this plus this, then this plus this. In that order. Now let's take it 1 plus 1. Now 2 plus 6 will not give us, we have a 6. We can say 2 plus 6. You pick a comma there. Now we separate the first one. Now we'll move to this one now. This one will now give us the 2 plus 0. 2 plus 0. You pick a comma there, separate them. Now this one will now be 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4. You can close that. You'll come to the second row. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2. Separate it with a comma. You'll come to the second column. This and this. 1 plus 3. Separate it. 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1. Now, of course, we cannot have that. A plus B will give us 2 plus 6 will give us 8. 2 plus 0 will give us 2. 3 plus 4 will give us 7. Now we'll come here. 1 plus 2 will give us 3. 1 plus 3 will give us 4. Now 4 plus 1 will give us 5. Therefore, the final answer, A plus B, by the time we add these two, this is what we have. Now, can we look at the subtraction? Now, before that, so this is the final answer for A plus B. Now, let us look at the second question. Now, the second question says B minus A. In other words, we can write B first. B says 6, 0, 4, 2, 3, 1. Remember, B minus A. A will give us 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, 4. We'll have it like this. And of course, if we now need to open another bigger bracket. So which will now give us 6 minus 2. We'll write it there. 6 minus 2. Separate it with a comma or space. Now this one will now give us 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2. Separate it with a comma. The next one will now be 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3. You can come here. 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1. Separate it with a comma. Come to the second one. 3 minus 1. Separate it with a comma also. Then 1 minus 4. 1 minus 4. Now, we can now have that B minus A will give us, you come here, 6 minus 2. And of course, 6 minus 2 will give you 4. You come here, 0 minus 2 will give us minus 2. This one will give us 4 minus 3 will give us 1. You come to this place. 2 minus 1 will give us 1. 3 minus 1 will give us 2. And then 4 minus 1 minus 4 will give us minus 3. Therefore, from this, if we say B minus A, this is the answer we are going to get. All right. Now, if you look at this problem here, what they said, if A is this and B is this, simplify A plus B. Now, if you have this is addition of a matrix, and if you look at this, the first thing you ask yourself is, what is the order? Is it plausible? If you have to look at it, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 4 by 4 matrix. Now, if A is 4 by 4, B is 4 by 4, that means you can easily add the two matrices. Therefore, we can now have the first one, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 0, minus 1, 3, 1, 1, 2, 4, 6, 2, 3, 1, plus we have the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 2, 3. We have the 1, 0, 1, 1. Then this one, 2, 3, 2, 4. Now, what do? Equal to, you open a bigger bracket here that will accommodate them. You pick the first one here. Pick them one by one. The first one, 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1. You come here, 1 plus 2, add this 2. 1 plus 2. Separate them. 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3. Now here, what do we have here? 4 plus 4. Remember, this one is separated. Second row, we have the 2 plus 5. Separate them. This one is 0 plus 7. We'll separate them. This one is minus 1 plus 2. Minus 1 plus 2. Separate them. This one is 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3. You come here. 1 plus 1. You separate it. 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0. You separate it. This one and this. So have a 2 plus 1. You separate them. Then here we now have 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1. Here 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2. This other one, 2 plus this 3 here. 2 plus 3. You separate it. We have 2 and 3 and 2. 3 plus 2. You separate it. And finally 1 and 4. Remember? 1 and 4. So which will now give us that the final answer is 2 plus 1, 3. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 3, 6. 4 plus 4, 8. You close it. 2 plus 5 is 7. 0 plus 7 is 7. Minus 1 plus 2 will give us 1. 3 plus 3, 6. 1 plus 1 will give us 2 here. 1 plus 0, 1. 2 plus 1, 3. 4 plus 1, 5 here. 6 plus 2 will give us 8. Let's separate it properly. We'll have 8 here. Now 2 plus 3 will give us 5 here. 3 plus 2 will give us 5. And finally, 1 plus 4 will give us 5. Therefore, we can now say that A plus B is equal to this. Of course, this is a 4 by 4 matrix. Like we said, that the number of columns and number of rows of the two different matrices, the final product will still give you the same thing. Now, let us look at how you can multiply matrices. Now, we talk about multiplication of matrix. There are two ways you can multiply matrix. Now, the first one is multiplying by a scalar. When you multiply a matrix by a scalar or just a single number, for example, if you have, let's say, A is equal to, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, minus 2, minus 1, and then we can have this, 2, 1, and let's say 0. If you want to multiply this by a scalar, that means we can now say simplify 2a or 3a as the case may be. Now, once you have a single number multiplying this, what it means that use that single number to multiply each of the elements of the matrix. Now, if we have this, that means we now have that 2a is equal to, you have 2 here, into the whole of this. 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, minus 1, 2, 1, 0. Now, if we have, that means this 2 will be outside. When it now multiplies it, we now have 2 times 2. I'll do it straight. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, we'll have it 6. 2 times 4, we'll have it as 8. The same goes to this. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times minus 1 will give us minus 2. Now 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 1, 2. And finally 2 times 0. This is what you have. Of course, this one is multiplying a matrix by a scalar quantity is very simple. All you need to do is use that single value you have to multiply each of the elements of the matrix. So this one is part 1. Now the second part I want us to know is maybe how we can multiply two matrices. Now the condition for you to multiply two matrices is that the number of columns in the first matrix, must be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. Must be equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So if you are to multiply two matrices, consider the rows of the first one, and then the columns of the first one, and then the rows of the second one. For example, if we have, this is a multiply, this is the second one, multiplying two matrices. Multiplying two matrices. Now, if we want to multiply two matrices, we'll have, let's say, A equals 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 0. Now, it must be equal to, this is the second matrix, the columns of the second matrix. Of course, the rows will have this one is row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2, column 3. There are 3 columns here. Therefore, it must give you, let's say, rows of the second one. We can have 1, 2, and minus 3. We'll have here. Then we can have 2 here, 1, and 4 here. Now, if you want to multiply this one, that means simplify A, B. That is what it means. That means you multiply A and B. So for you to multiply A and B, bring the two together. If you bring it together, you have 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 0. Then there must be a dot in between, which will give us 1, 2, 2, 1, minus 3, and then 4. We'll have this here. Assuming this is what we have, the first thing you ask yourself is, what is the order of this? What is the order of this? The order now, this is a 2, 1, 2. 2 rows, 1, 2, 3. 3 columns. So you now have this is 2 by 3. We are multiplying 2 by 3 by, this is 2, this is 1, 2, 3 rows. 1, 2. That means 3 by 2. So this is a 3 by 2 matrix. Now, the implication of this is that if you multiply this and this, the answer you will get will give you a 2 by 2 matrix. Simple. This will give, when you multiply 2 by 3 matrix in this order, the answer you will get will give you a 2 by 2 matrix. Now let's see how it goes. Now we have this. Simplify AB. This time this. Let's see how it will give us this, which will give us equal to, open up a bigger bracket here. If you open up a big bracket, let's take it one after the other. Now what it means is that use this to multiply this, plus this will multiply this, plus this will multiply this, and it will come under the first one. You go again, use this same number, multiply this one now, it will come to this this very one. You come again, and that is how you continue to do it. Now we have it there. Now let's go. 2 times 1, we have 2 plus, you come here, 3 times 2, it will give us what? 6 plus 4 times minus 3 will give us minus 12. You keep it. Now, well, we'll still go back again. This times this. 2 times 2, which will give us 4 plus 3 times, you come here, 3 times 1, 3, plus 4 times 4. Please permit me to write 16 here. Now, having done this, now we can come back to this one, use this one to multiply, use this row, multiply this column, keep it here, use this same row again, multiply this column, it will come here. So let's go. 2 times 1 will give us 2, plus 1 times 2 will give us 2, plus 0 times minus 3, which will give us 0. You keep it, it is for here. You come again, use the same row to multiply this. 2 times 2, which will give us 4, plus 1 times 2 will give us 2 plus 0 times 4, which will give us 0. So at the end of the day, we'll now have that AB is equal to, now 2 plus 6, which will give us what? 8. 8 plus, remember there is a minus 12 here, yes. 8 plus minus 12 will give us 4. We'll have it here. Now this one will give us, remember, 4 plus 3, 7. That is 16 here. 7 plus 16 will give us 21. Sorry, will give us, this 21 will be here. You close this bracket. Now 2 plus 2, 4 plus 0, we'll have 0, plus 2 plus 2, 4 plus 0, which is 4. Now we have here 4 plus 2, 6 plus 0, which will give us 6. Now at the end of the day, remember what I told you, that when you multiply 3 by 3 matrix, which is 3 rows, 3 columns, the final answer you will get will give you 2 by 2, and of course this is a 2 by 2 matrix. Now if we look at this problem on the board, of course the first question we'll ask ourselves, if they say if A is this, B is this, and they say simplify AB. So if they say simplify AB, that means because there is a dot there, you are going to multiply these two. How do we multiply these two? The first thing we'll ask ourselves, just like we said earlier, what is the order of this? What is the order of this? Are they multiplicable? Now if you look at the order now, the order is 1, 2, 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. That means this is a 3 by 3 matrix multiplying 1, 2, 3. Also 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 by 3. What it means is that at the end of the day, once you multiply these two, you are going to get a 3 by 3 matrix. Now let's do it. Remember the rule. Use the row, multiply the column. You get whatever you have here. Use the same row, multiply this column, get what you have here. Use the same row again, multiply this, and then you get what you have here. In that order until you fill it. So let's continue. You now have the AB will give us, you open a bigger bracket. When you do that, you now have, let's look at the first one. This time this, I'm going to take it one by one. 2 times 3, which will give us 6, plus, you move to the next number, it will now come to the next 1 times 2 will give us 2, plus 4 times 1, which will give us 4. You can use comma to separate it. Come back again to this. 2 times 4, which will give us what? 8, plus 1 times 4, 1 times 1, please. 1, plus you move to this, 4 times 0, which will give us 0. You can separate it with comma. Move again, multiply this. 2 times 5, 10, plus 1 times 0, 0, plus 4 times 3, 12. We have gotten 1, 2, 3. We are done with this. Now we move to the next row. Use it to go again. That means 3 times 3, which will give us 9, plus you move here. 0 times 2 will give us 0, plus 2 times 1, 2. You separate it with comma. Go back to this one and then move to the next column. 3 times 4, which will give us 12, plus 0 times 1, 0, plus 2 times 0, 0. Separate it. Now, you come back again, go to this one. 3 times 5, which will give us 15, plus 0 times 0, 0, plus 2 times 3, which will give us 6. We are done with this. You move to the next row and then take the columns again. 1 times 3, 3 plus 3 times 2, 6 plus 1 times 1, 1. Separate it, move back, move to the next row, next column. 1 times 4, 4 plus 3 times 1, 3 plus 1 times 0, 0. You separate it and then finally use it to multiply the last one. 1 times 5, 5 plus 3 times 0, 0 plus 1 times 3, which will give us 1 times 3 is 3, which is equal to, now you can now add these individual numbers. 6 plus 2, 8 plus 4, which will give us 12. You have it there. 8 plus 1, 9 plus 0, 9. You move to this one. Remember, it is separated by this comma. 10 plus 0, 10 plus 12, which will give us 22. Now, we have 9 plus 0, 9 plus 2, 11. You move to this one. 12 plus 0, 12 plus 0, 12. You move to this one. 15 plus 6 will give us 21. Now, 3 plus 6, 9 plus 1, 10. 4 plus 3, 7 plus 0, still the same 7. And then 5 plus 0, 5 plus 3, which will give us 8. Therefore, when you now multiply these two matrices, this is what we get as our final answer. Please join me in my next video. Do not miss any of these series. If you have not subscribed to my channel, do me this favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then share this video with your friends. Help me share this video with your friend, because this is a simplified version of this matrix. In my next lesson, we are going to look at how we can transpose matrices. Thank you.